In the middle of the year, about May, we were informed that we would no longer be able to stay at our Ogden site because it was a piece of city property and they were going to build a parking lot there. They told us that they were going to need the space and basically kicked us off, and so we moved. We already had the Harrisville site there, and so we thought we would just move stuff up to Harrisville and that would solve the problem. They're pretty close, and the modeling shows that they're just as good as, if not better, than the Ogden site.
We had an old ratty shelter here, and we would have used it even if it was old and ratty, but about the same time that the Ogden site shut down, the air conditioning packed it in here. We would have had to buy new air conditioning and everything, and it couldn't be fixed, and so we just replaced the shelter was here with the old Ogden shelter. So this is the same shelter that used to be in Ogden.
We were down for about a month, but we're back up now, and that's going to be the Weber County site. We didn't get any data, of course, and so that means that our data for 2019 is compromised. We can't have a full year of data, but we'll be up and going, and the first of the year we'll start counting again. The other benefit to having going to Harrisville instead of finding a totally new site is we used to have particulate and stuff at Harrisville, so we do have kind of a history to go on, and we could look back and see that they're fairly comparable.
So these are PM 2.5 samples, and they're both the same, but they've got a filter in here in the tube. The samples right here, and then it kicks it out, the output's over here. So if you notice, this part right here, the PM10 head, is the same as those. These are all the same. And then this is the 2.5 sharp cut, so the air comes off of here. Goes down, everything goes down here, and then it goes this way, and the stuff that can't make it around the bend gets knocked out, and that's it.
We pretty much just took everything that was at the Ogden site and moved it to Harrisville. It's got ozone and PM 2.5 and continuous 2.5 and filter-based PM10 and NOx, and it's going to have CO there as well, which was new for that area. The monitoring requirements are largely based on population. The principle is that the more people you have, then the more pollution you're going to have. So as soon as you get to a certain level of population, you have to monitor to see if you are close to the standard. In any place where we have more than 50,000 people, then we have to start monitoring. Credibility and trust is all about providing credible data so that you can be trusted and the data can be trusted. We want to make sure that the citizenry of the state are informed as well as they can be so that they can make decisions on what they want to do. If we don't know that we have an air quality issue, then we're not going to make any efforts to try and solve it. I would like to be a hobby farmer. We've got a couple of horses and a small alfalfa field, so I'm tuned into the weather and the environment. You know, we notice when we don't get enough rain. If the irrigation water has been cut back because of a lack of snowpack, that's something that's real. It's not something that's just in the news and that the skiers are going to have to, suffer with a few more rocks to avoid. But you see it during the summer when you're trying to grow a crop, and you know what that crop goes for. And from the time that you plant it and you harvest it, then you feed it to your animals. We are all part of the problem, and we all have to be part of the solution.